All set. Well, first off, I'd like to thank all the veterans that were there in attendance. Thought that was great, and we were able to put on a good show, so that was a fun evening. Thought our guys did a great job of competing on both ends of the floor, playing as a unit. Gave each other a lot of energy, and they approached the game with a game-like mindset, and they were focused on trying to be successful on both ends of the floor. Shot the ball really well in the first half from the three-point line, and I thought they, for the most part, were good looks. Trey did a good job really attacking and distributing the ball, and finding guys. 9 assists, 29 points is impressive. I think what 2 turnovers. Those are amazing stats in 27 minutes. Thought our team defense was good. We let up a little bit in the second half, and I think it hurt us somewhat with our big guys getting in foul trouble because there was not a consistent flow in the rotation like we would like. So that hurt us somewhat. Our transition defense, the 2 main things going into the game, we wanted our transition defense to be good, and we wanted to rebound well. We didn't rebound like I would have liked, but I thought our transition defense was good because that's a team that gets out and run. So we did a good job in that area. Didn't get a lot of steals, but I thought we got a lot of deflections, and for us, those are just like steals. So now they can't move the ball as fluid as they would like. Got 22 points from our bench, and I thought those guys did a good job, especially Ronaldo. I thought he really played with confidence. He rebounded the basketball. He was active. He was physical, and it was fun to see him have a good night. And 21 assists is impressive for a team, especially a team like that mixes up the defenses, man, zone, press, trap. Sometimes it can have a team hesitant, but I thought our guys did a good job of staying aggressive. Well, we go into games, and I couldn't tell you who would lead us in scoring. I think the biggest key for our guys is to play with confidence. If you have a shot, take it. Just don't take bad shots. And I think for the most part, and obviously after watch film tonight, I didn't think we took a lot of bad shots. But if you have a shot, you have to shoot the ball with confidence. My gauge of performance is as long as they're good shots and how you defend and how you rebound. And I thought we did a good job defending. I didn't think we did a great job rebounding. Well, the thing is, what we do a lot of, when you're trying to build your brand, and so for us, and I'll do the same thing next year, we would start on the defensive side of the ball, but we spend just as much time on offensive skill development. So now we might not put all the plays in, but we spend so much time on the ball handling, the jump stop, the shooting threes, shot fakes, post moves. So we do spend a lot of time on the skill part, not as much on the set plays, so to speak, because at the end of the day, I would like to have a better basketball player than a better play. And I think that's the key for our guys, so their skill development is good, because what happens when a play breaks down, you still have to be able to make an individual play. Well, I think the key is, and the guys know, I think we had maybe, you're allowed to take one day off, and I think we took a day off, but I maybe had 8 or 9 day stretch where we didn't have a day off. And that's because of exhibition game, and that's a tough thing to do. So as a coach, we didn't lift as much weight because of the taxing on the legs, and we didn't do as much. Because when we do 5-on-5 or box-out drills in practice, it's very taxing, it's very physical. So we haven't done box-out drills in probably over a week. Because of that, you don't want a guy to get injured, and I know guys are fatigued. We shorten our practices because of so many days, but we will definitely get back to that on Sunday because we're off tomorrow. But that, like I said, that was one of the things I knew, boxing out and transition defense, because we haven't been running so much in practice. I think, Jerron's a good player. I mean, and I think he's one of those guys that will be one of the better players in this league at his position because he's physical. And for me, Jerron's gauge is not how many points he scores, how many shots he take or make. He's a guy that, can impact the game, and I think he's really our anchor on the defensive side of the ball because he understands he can switch, 1 through 4. He can guard smaller guys, bigger guys. He's improving his shot. He can go off the dribble and make plays. And he's kind of, he's one of those guys, and I don't like to use it, but kind of like a point forward, so to speak, because he's more of a pass-first guy. Not at all. I mean, Kenny just has to play basketball. And once again, I think, getting aggressive fouls and good fouls. Not at all. He has to play. He has to feel. He has to come in and watch film, be confident. Because I think the second foul he got, I put that one on Jordan and Cam, so to speak, because they allowed the guy to turn the corner when they should have picked him up. So, but he still has to be big. He has to know where he's at on the floor. Sometimes you might have to give up a basket in order to stay on the floor in the game.
How has Ronaldo come along with a 5-year-old, and how important is it for him to play well given Kenny's foul?
I mean, Ronaldo, a guy that can stretch. See, in order for our offense to be as effective as we need to be, if you can have a big that can stretch the defense, you got a chance to be pretty good. And he's a guy that has the ability to stretch the defense because he can make three-point shots. And now we can get the ball inside and other guys can play. And that's the biggest key in our offense. If you have a big that can stretch you, we can do a lot of other things. But, I mean, he's been practicing hard. He's been competing. We really don't put a lot of stock in what position he is because he's a guy that plays on the perimeter anyway. He's inside out. And our offense is inside out. Outside of maybe Yemi and probably Kenny, I mean, those other guys, they go inside out and just play. Well, I don't really put a shot on a guy. I mean, Trey can come out next night and have 4 shots. I really don't put a lot of stock in who gets how many shots. As long as he's aggressive and he's in tune to what's going on. If he's penetrating, he has 15 assists and 4 points, then I'm fine with it. But it's just one of those deals. You take shots when you open. You have a shot, you got to take it. Maybe the next night teams will go out trade differently and somebody else get a chance to score it. But I think that in order for us to take that next step as a team, we have to be able to get production in the paint. I think so because they want to be successful and they're hungry to be good, and they have a passion to play, play with a chip on their shoulder. We give the guys the opportunity to be leaders, so to speak, but you have to practice what you preach, so to speak. If you're talking, you got to be able to walk it as a player. And they're doing a good job with it.
Coach, do you want danger to win a game like this and shoot that well, to free ball that most part of the ball secure?
Not for me as a coach, because once again I hang my hat on the defensive side of the ball, and I tell the guys all the time, if we defend, we have a chance to be successful. And they know some nights the shots won't fall, but we got to defend and rebound and play hard. As long as you stay the course and be consistent with that approach, you have a chance to be successful.
Would you like Jordan to be able to win those because he hesitated in front of today?
I mean, you would obviously have to ask him that. To be totally honest, he can give you an exact answer. But I want to be aggressive, looking for his offense. Just play basketball. I mean, when I sit back and I go home and watch film, I'll let him know you passed up a couple shots. You probably shot this one too quick. You didn't move in a certain situation. We'll talk about those things. But, offensively, you have to feel it. I mean, I can sit there on the sideline and talk all day long. But when you're in the game, you feel it and you know what's going on.
Coach, you didn't really say much after the exhibitions about what it feels like to be the head coach. So this is the first regular season game. Did you reflect on that?
It's a great feeling, to be honest with you. Great when you have this type of fan support, this type of energy. I mean, especially that pregame show, that was very impressive. It's humbling for me to be, head coach anywhere, but to be the coach at the University of Tennessee is certainly an honor, it's certainly a privilege, and it's one I don't take lightly or take for granted. Thank you.